Hey everybody, Tron2 here, and welcome back to Disco Elysium, the final cut. When we last left off, we found Miss Joyce Messier over here at the fishing village, so we decided to stop and talk to her. And she started laying some heavy stuff on us, letting us know that, well, this world that we're in isn't quite as it seems. Apparently, we are on a Isola that was found, I don't remember how many hundreds of years ago, but the discovery of it was something that hadn't been done before. You had to cross something called the Pale and find this Isola, they called it, of matter. So we're trying to figure out what she's talking about. We are eager and keen to figure out what the Pale is so that we can complete that mission in the church and form a theory on that ball of nothingness that's in there. So let's continue talking to Joyce and see what else we can figure out. All right, 4 years later, the Queen's Counselor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day. That's the lady that we have some connection to, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, internationalism, that's probably because of the new Isola being found, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high. Now, she says high. Does she mean that we were at a good place, everybody was really happy? Or is she saying that we were silly for even doing this? All right, the Great Skua. Let's ask about that. The Great Skua?
The first living autonomous organism. Proof of reality. It's the symbol of Insulinde, detective. The coat of arms of the suzerain and the wings on the crest of the commune.
I seem to have it in for it, or it for me. I broke one. Yeah, we were just talking about that.
In your defense, it is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds. Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent and rare. Imagine the suzerain of seagulls.
So them founding the Muindi, I believe, finding this Isola is what brought us to here.
On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. 4 centuries and 2 revolutions later.
Caillou. And this was the last break we got?
The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isolae. Or they discovered us. All in the rush of the great inter-Islary reconnection.
Okay, hold on. There's some more things here. They discovered 5 more Isolae. So that means that brings the total up to 7. The one that they were on, they found us, and they found 5 more. All in the rush of the great inter-Isolary reconnection? Which implies that they were all initially connected. So we were some weird Pangea of reality, of matter. We were separated by something called the Pale, which is able to be traversed if you have really good psychological training. It appears that there were nations of people on each of these Isolas, as they are called, which are not just an island, but a mass that can, like this one that we're on, has 78,000 islands on it. So it's water, islands, air, everything. And they want to reconnect. So how do they know they were connected? And why do we want to try to reconnect?
But these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people there. Wipe out indigenous populations. Gunboat economies. Or they came to do the same for us. Or had done to each other. But here...
Okay, so this one was uninhabited, which makes this one unique.
There was no one but the Skua, the Liliat Saya, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. The Mondials used it to amass the greatest concentration of wealth mankind has ever seen. Revachol, the suzerain.
Okay. Well done, suzerain. What happened?
Revolution. Poverty. and the mercurial rise of capitalism.
Okay. It's raining.
It is. Soon it will be spring and everything will blossom.
The gangs will run wild, jacking motor carriages, ferrying amphetamines through Coal City. Spring is tough in Revachol.
Man, she laid some heavy concepts on us just now. But she did say them like we should know what she's talking about. Maybe she doesn't fully grasp our amnesia. What will you do?
I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
Oh, they're just going to give it to the Union. Is that within your means?
She puts her hand in the rain. She's silent for a second.
We will see.
Oof. She's in a tough spot.
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation. The next time there will be 2 strikes, then 4, then 100.
He looks toward the harbor.
What happens will happen.
She takes the end in her rain-slick hand and starts untying the knot. She's leaving. Right? This is the end of Joyce. She's out of here. She's going to give it to him, and she basically sees that this is unwinnable.
The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
72% rhetoric. It's pretty high. We? She generally avoids that term with her employers. Let's do it. Pass.
There are
Yes.
no employers. She's a member of the board. Probably a partner.
Ah. So she's high up there. You are the Wild Pines. There are no employers.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
What? Of course I have superiors. Or I am. Nod. Of course I have superiors.
That's right, Detective. And next time, you should confer with them before you go setting events in motion.
Yeah, you're right, Kim. I didn't expect to set all of this in motion just by telling her whatever it said.
Events are already in motion. Whether your actions accelerated or momentarily retarded their progress, even the lieutenant cannot really say.
Even after all this time, I still don't really understand who you are or what your angle is. Are we talking to Joyce? I answer for my own actions. I don't hide behind some faceless organization. I like both of these. Can I say them both? Let's say this one in case we can only say one. I answer for my own actions.
Here I am. I am the face, and I'm here to answer. Rejoice Layton.
Rejoice Layton. Is that her name? You're going now?
Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here.
Understood.
Keep the peace, and I will keep my end of the bargain.
What exactly was your end of the bargain?
How far along is Cronell's investigation?
A confrontation is imminent. They have followed in your footsteps. As your investigation reaches a climax, so does theirs. They are your shadow. Arm yourselves. Armor yourselves.
Is she speaking metaphorically here? Arm ourselves with knowledge and wisdom, armor as well? Or is she speaking like we're going to have a gunfight?
Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable, but we can limit the casualties.
When will they make their move and where?
Soon. I do not know precisely. They have cut off all communication, you see. They know I've been feeding you information. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane.
I'm insane. Okay. What makes you say that?
I know, because I, too, am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich.
So Rejoice Layton is her name. How do you keep it together?
The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola, the Volta do Mar. It's used by inter-Islary travelers and other troubled souls, even to this day.
It's used by inter-Isolary travelers, so has she traveled between the Isolas? Is that something you can do? It says, it infers that with it's used by travelers and other troubled souls. Teach it to me.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Yeah, teach it to me. What do you have?
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take me through the Pale dozens of times a year.
Oh,
I've got the longing, and I've got it bad.
her travels take her through the Pale dozens of times a year, so it is common to pass through the Pale then. Isn't everybody a little insane?
No, detective. No one's as insane as you.
Well, that's why I have a game.
Don't worry, madame. I am very sane.
Goodbye, Rejoice Layton.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
Secret task complete. So the strike is ended. Well, her side of it has. 70 experience
The
and level
lieutenant
up.
watches her boat grow smaller on the bay, its white sails fluttering. You wonder what Everard has to say about this.
I do.
Slowly, the sails turn grey-blue as more oxygen gets between you.
What is it? Oh, this is the thought cabinet.
Wasteland of reality. Congrats, you're sober. It will take a while for your body to remember how to metabolize anything that isn't sugar from alcohol. So you're going to be pretty ravenous soon. Eat plenty. You can expect your coordination and balance to improve in a couple of weeks. In 2 months, you might start sleeping like a normal person. Full recovery will take years though. It'll be depressing, and it'll be boring. Don't expect any further rewards or hand claps. This is how normal people are all the time.
This is... Is this a good thing? It doesn't seem like a good thing. -1, -1, -1, and a +1 to psyche. Which means we can then go back and put points in to offset these -1s. I'm insomnia, sober, I'm boring, and I get no positive effects from alcohol. Turn to the self. Alright, I guess we'll keep it for now. White morning, apricot chewing gum, actual art degree. It's 1 hour. Magnesium, Jamrock Shuffle, date of birth generator, hardcore aesthetic, Curious World, bankruptcy, Insulindian Miracle. That's what she just talked to us about, right? Is this that poem that helps with our insanity? Yeah, I want to do that. We're going to unlock this, confirm, and we're going to take this. We're going to internalize it. It's going to take 7 hours and 45 minutes. There's no downside to doing it other than using the level up. That should help with our memory in insane condition like it did with Joyce. All right, what do we get on the journal? Done. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. And there was a secret task we did. Is it going to show up here as well? Explore the Whirling secret passage. Who made the call to report the crime? Active. And we got a level up, which we just used. Okay. That was something. Here, let's go faster. So we're supposed to talk to to the fishing village. Let's go talk to the old lady here. Gotta find Ruby.
The policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Yeah, have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
You haven't seen them?
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
Oh, because you're blind, right? Okay, but do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
You know something? We're here to help. This is like when the man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. This isn't about the union, you know. You don't have to worry about retaliation. Let's go with the woodshed incident.
No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven plucking at the window glass.
I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
Gotta see what that task was. I didn't read it.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Now, that reminds me. We were in our shack, and they said something about the floorboards. Is this, au revoir, Shoshana type situation? Huh? Yeah, get it? Because of Inglorious Bastards. Because they were hiding under the floorboards. And because one escaped. Tab. There's the floorboard. Alright, let's go to floorboards. Let's find Ruby.
As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Let's move it aside.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
Search through the sand and sawdust.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Okay, I found a bullet.
A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber.
A bullet. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
Okay.
It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops.
Tab. Can we try to shave again?
On the table, you see a bowl of
It's
water,
locked.
a rough soap.
Okay, it's a bed. What was this? This was a mirror.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your...
Okay. We're not passing a 3% check. Alright, so we found a bullet. I really don't know why that would be enough to question this woman about. But we will.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
So, wait a minute. That +1 to psyche raises all of this by 1. Even though it lowers a couple of them, suggestion and what was the other one? Inland. They're still all raised by 1, so these aren't even really affected. They're still base stats. The only thing we've really lost is a physical instrument, which should be at 4 because we have 2 physique. No, it should be at a 2. We have something boosting it. Okay. So, Wasteland of Reality actually isn't such a bad thing. Why does this have a crown over it? I don't know. It's at 6. Volition is at 7. We are mentally tough. All right. Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack?
Damn that girl.
She murmurs softly.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
A bullet?
The lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod, then turns to the washerwoman.
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
You rented the room to her.
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
She speaks slowly, wringing out a rag. After a long silence, her hands move into the water bucket. Some water slashes over the edge.
As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
When was this?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into?
Her
That
ring-
girl.
Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
The lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Is 8 o'clock early? I mean, doesn't seem so early as to say early with the dogs.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it did you.
Kim, she must have heard your Kanema.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
His voice is tinged with pride. Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Was there anything else in there?
No,
The truth, sire.
What is she like, Ruby?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
She rubs her cold hands together.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
Why do you think she left the bullet there?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
She looks back toward her shack, thinking. Did she have any technical equipment with her, like radio stuff?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made.
She brushes her forehead with the back of her hand. Water drips to the ground. Few mixtapes she'd made.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
Heavy boots heading north. Did she go to that bunker, or maybe even to the island that's further north?
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Further up the coast we go then, but that place is huge. She's a needle in a haystack. Wiped her brow. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village. Are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Further up the coast we go.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now.
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
A few more questions about Ruby. I bet I click this and they're all grayed out.
What more do you want to know? Yes,
Yep.
let's
Goodbye.
one thing off. She's a good girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
One thing, officer, if you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air's getting colder. She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. Didn't mean to click through that. Okay, so Feld, which is where I was kind of thinking because I can see the staircase on top of it. Before we go to Feld, I want to go to the church because I now think I know what the Pale is. Maybe I can form a hypothesis now. Oh yeah, that's right. Last time we were here, we threw a racial slur at Kim, which I would never want to do. This is more damaged. This is more damaged than it was before, correct? Yes, it was just like down here before. There's way more snow. Okay, let's talk to her.
Yes, what is it?
See, it says Pale Unknown. Man, I want to do this. Have you seen anybody suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby.
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Right, I'll let you work in peace. Let's chat with everybody real quick.
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
Nothing, Noid. Let's talk to, forget her name, Estelle. 8%. Why is that so low? We need empathy. Have you seen a red-haired woman?
No,
Just no?
it's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Teenagers skulking around. Gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses. Maybe Ruby too. But she wouldn't be able to tell from here.
That's good. No neighbors to complain about noise when you get the club going. Considering what you're trying to do here, that doesn't look like a good sign. Let's stay positive.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
That's it for now. Let's talk to Egg real quick. Let's look at this. This is different.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass.
Look at this.
A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Oh, so it zoomed out. This isn't bigger. This looks about the same size now. It was just zoomed in. We can pass this because we heard of the discovery of the Insulinde and we saw a missing shard. So let's reconstruct it.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text, a light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Oh, well, that's very helpful. Visual calculus.
A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone falling into it, or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who is the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Reichsapfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole.
Reichsapfel? Is that an apple of some sort? A Reich apple.
Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
So this is the queen, I guess it was, who sent the 8 expeditions to find this Isola. What's the motto say?
Below both women in luminous black letters. Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
All right. I can't speak French, but I think this says after life, death. After death, life. New? A new life?
And then along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Okay, after the world, because they were Mundi. The pale, I'm assuming? After the pale, the world anew. Basically what Joyce was telling us.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death.
Okay, I've got a theory, and I'll let you know next episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider a like, a comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.